Wait, what's up?
Hello.
Why are you laughing? Hi.
Hi. Is my face so
Ched
red? Face
Pinna. Pinna. Hello, Pinna.
Hello.
Hello. Toga.
Here, I'll hold this.
Is it Tanaka? Toga Tanaka?
I'll hold this right here.
I think that's what the username
Hello.
says.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Jennifers.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Jennifer.
There's 2 Jennifers right now.
Oh. Hello.
Hi, Wolfie.
Oh, hey.
Here, you can rest it on my knee.
Okay, I can rest it here.
Hello. I don't know what this live stream is for. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, we've been married for 6.5 years now.
Okay. Great.
Great. Does it feel that long?
Yes and no.
We've been together for 9 years. Wow, a lot has happened.
Yeah.
9 years does go by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This summer will be like 10 years since we met.
Yeah. Wow.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yes.
Oh, Jasmine. Wait, how come Jasmine doesn't have a moderator sign? I thought I added her.
Oh, really? We didn't add her yet?
I'll have to add her after this.
Happy
Sorry, Jasmine.
Valentine's Day, everybody. Today, what did we do? Today, Galahad was sick. He missed school. So I had to stay home with Galahad and Ziek.
No.
And then you...
No, you stayed in the morning because I was sleeping.
In the morning until...
He let me sleep in until like 10.
10? And then I left
And then
around
you left
10:30.
at 10. And then I was home with them. You came early though.
I came early because...
You came at like 2:30 too?
Yes, I didn't know that you would be eating. I didn't know what you would eat.
Thank you, Dane, hold on. Day and Renee. Renee. Sorry, I can't. It's like all in one word.
Oh, Jennifer's supposed to sleep. Oh, it's
oh my gosh, go to
Melissa's birthday
sleep,
tomorrow.
Jennifer. You don't want to
Yes.
die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Seriously, I know we should sleep too. It's almost 11. We should be in bed.
Well, it was a good day. We put Galahad, we registered him into
I'm gonna tell your parents, Jennifer.
a...
Jennifer's not sleeping.
We registered Galahad today into a math and English program.
I
This
don't
is
know where
extracurricular.
Kumon is available, but I think it's pretty worldwide.
Maybe, yeah.
Kumon. It's like a tutoring program.
Yes. We live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Toronto. I know.
Really close.
My
We're
roots are
like an hour
so
away from the
long
border from Buffalo.
Like 2 months long now.
Kumon is nasty. I hated it.
I know. I had Kumon too for like a short period, but my mom couldn't
Yes.
afford it, so we discontinued Kumon. Kumon
Yes.
ruined me.
Yes. So today the objective, I think right now, I wanted to say that we did choose the giveaway winners. We posted it in the description.
Yeah, but we didn't contact them personally yet.
Yes.
Because
so,
I just haven't been able to do that.
Yes. So we did choose the giveaway winners. Thank you for everybody who took time to share and enter.
Yeah.
And
that was so good.
I'm still going through reading
The
all the
homework is
responses.
I'm
I
kind
had
of
help.
dreading it.
I had help from Hebs. I don't know if any of you know Hebs. She's my younger sister. And here, if I can just turn this around for you.
Just turn this around.
Okay, turn that. This is 31 pages, compilation of all the comments.
What did Heaven do? I mean, Hebs.
So I started with it a bit, but she took all of the comments.
Okay.
In related to about yourself.
The giveaway winners.
Yes.
I mean the giveaway entries.
Yeah, so it's about yourself. We want to know about who our viewership is, who you are.
Wow, how'd you guys do that? You're crazy.
We want to know why you
What do you want to see? Anything? Don't know.
That's funny. Well,
challenges.
Thank you for, even answers like don't know. We take everything into consideration. This is 31 pages long. You can flip it now.
Okay.
So I am going through reading this because today I also wanted to discuss kind of the direction of our channel. So YouTube, it was a risk that we took going into this as a family business, right?
Yeah.
And You should do the chubby bunny with those things, right? So, when YouTube first started out around 2005, this is from another video essay that I've listened to. I forget the name of her channel escapes my mind right now, but she said that in 2005 to 2010, YouTube was a creative chaos generation where the videos that did well during that time were videos that were kind of random, right? Like who were they? Smosh Bros, Niga Higa, Cat Jumba,
Bros.
Smosh Brothers. And then from 2010,
They were just called Smosh.
I'm getting it confused with
Fine Bros.
Yes.
Smosh. Niga Higa. Michelle Fan. It was all like random, just like
Creative
uploading.
chaos.
Yeah.
And from 2010 to 2015, it was the personality generation.
So like
And
Tyler
then-
Oakley, Ingrid, I don't remember her last name, Miss Glamorazzi,
That's also when Shane started, right?
Shane Dawson, Philip DeFranco.
And then from
Hi,
2015
Leslie.
to 2020, we're still living in it. That is the BuzzFeed generation. So you get things like hydraulic press, refinery,
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed, obviously.
60-second documentaries. Those are super cool.
And then even like the 1,000-degree knife. Those are all kind of buzzy, trendy,
Yeah.
instant,
1,000-degree knife. Oh my gosh.
instant.
Oh, the
viral
Tide Pods.
things.
Oh my gosh.
And then what will we see in 2020 to 2025, right? And just to understand the landscape of the future of media. Yeah, we watched Shane. Nami watched the entire
Jeffree Star.
series of Jeffree Star, which
I
is
wanted to watch more, but I
very well
couldn't
done.
find time
Very, very well done.
to watch his other documentary series.
Yeah, diss tracks too. And I kind of wrote really quickly like 9 things that I think could be future, what we
Oh my
could
gosh,
see.
congrats, Chloe. She's having a baby girl. She just found out
Wow,
today.
congratulations.
Oh, we're finding out soon too. This week or next week. So exciting.
Yes, next week we'll find out. And so this is what I think, and you can let me know. So I hypothesize from 2020 onwards, I think it's gonna go back to this kind of chaos that does well, but it has to be meaningful.
Yeah.
And that meaningful is found through storytelling,
Yeah.
a lot of it. Storytelling, meaningful creatives.
I think that's why a lot of old videos are being recommended on YouTube right now. Like videos that are like 7 years, 4 years, 10 years old that a lot of people watched back in the day.
Yes.
YouTube is recommending it on
Right.
the homepage because a lot of people were watching it. And those videos especially were like really meaningful videos. For example,
yeah.
like somebody finding an owl that was caught on a kite rope in the forest. The owl's foot was caught and he had to like try to help with a nail clipper to cut the wire to let the owl free. Those kind of things like were really, it was an older video, but it was like recommended. So like videos like that, but like are meaningful.
Right.
Not like
Right.
the Charlie video was like really viral, but I don't think it has to be like emotionally captivating kind of.
Right. Yes.
Stuff, yeah.
Emotional storytelling. And another thing, obviously, is like the whole educational kind of business or wisdom, insight aspect to it. Story-based narratives. I also think another thing that is going to grow a lot bigger in the next 5 years is gossip culture. So you see the rise in channels that
Like tea
they
channels
brand on.
or gossip,
Yes, they brand on gossip. They brand on
especially
drama.
gossip in the beauty community.
Yes. So it's a drama. Yeah, the drama. And you can see that rising up as well. Definitely for sure. It's 2019 is like, or 2020 is the year of the woman. You have a lot of change in the power, I guess the structure of attention, the spotlight, the power, like women control the vast majority of like the economic transactions. Like 85% of all transactions are by women. Like women have $20 trillion in control of like the in terms of money, how money flows across the world globally, and so you see a change, a global change. The women are more educated, women are obtaining higher like white collar jobs. They are getting paid more. They're now more likely like in terms of breadwinning, like wife is more common now in a sense. So it's interesting to see that as a consideration as well. I think money is a big issue because right now in Western society we live in a debt culture.
Is
right?
this a YouTube general discussion?
Yes, first it's YouTube general discussion, and then I think
You
what
want
our
to kind of
channel
talk
is.
about our channels more
Yes,
specifically?
yes, kind of briefly.
Okay.
Yes. So, like debt culture, for example, for every $1 the average Canadian makes, the average Canadian actually goes into $1.75 in debt. So
What?
the average Canadian goes into debt.
The rich
Like,
get richer, folks.
so
Is
it's
that similar for the States?
pretty much. I wouldn't be surprised. It's so the need for financial literacy, money matters, business literacy. Generation Zs, which are the folks who are born from 1996 to 2010, they're more likely to be entrepreneurial. So I'm guessing most
Starting
of the
their
viewers
own
right now that
business
you're
and
listening
stuff.
right now, yes, and
Sorry.
millennials, especially older millennials, are more likely
Who are
to
like right now in their 30s?
yes, to take more the traditional route of go to college, university, graduate, and just stick to this 9 to 5 job
At a company that...
and stay faithful. And it's changing now, right? And
Yeah.
and that's another thing that we can see a lot on YouTube. I think obsessions and addictions could be another thing that we can see a lot of. A lot of kind of I guess misfit culture, people who are just quirky or different, or have some kind of
And
obsessive
expressing more
tendencies.
of that, I think.
Yes, or people with like specific mental, I guess, dispositions or disabilities, non-visible or visible disabilities. They could make their own content. Or another thing is queer theory, queer discourse. We can see a lot of that.
What is that?
Well, LGBTQ, S plus to S plus rights, and just the popularity of different kind of videos and the culture growing in that sense. Another thing is, this is another thing, I put this at the very end because I could potentially see pockets of the obscene and profane coming up.
Yeah.
Obscene and profane. So a fascination in terms of gore or violence or demonic or
Like disturbing content.
yes, things.
Or like even story times. Like I saw a video of somebody animating their sleep paralysis
Yes,
experience.
yes. Mashi sale.
I think they're asking if I was drinking something.
Oh,
But I'm done now. I'm done my smoothie. Happy early birthday.
happy early birthday. I feel like Nami reading mine, but not saying anything about it.
We just said
Hello.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hi, bunnies.
Sorry, I have been missing a lot of
Michael's
the
like,
comments.
should I continue my...
Yeah, sorry. I'm
my
just reading some of the
spiel, or-
comments.
He's like,
Yes.
I feel bad for ignoring you.
Yes, I'm sorry
I'm-
for missing
It's
all
okay.
of your
I'm
comments
I'm
here.
reading everyone's.
Okay,
Maybe
you're
I should,
reading everyone's?
Maybe I
Okay.
should just like whisper responses
You
while
can
you
you
talk.
can interrupt me while so you can interrupt me while I collect
It's
my
okay.
thoughts.
I'll just have a one-way conversation. You have a one-way conversation with them, and I'll have a one-way conversation with them.
Okay. That's gonna be hard to listen.
あなた。
Oh, okay, go for it.
日本語が
Okay.
上手ですか？下手です。
So part of the purpose of the giveaway was also we need to
They're
understand
excited.
where our channel stands. We need
Yeah.
to know where we are
This
and
is
where
gonna
we
be
are
so
going.
chaotic.
Can Michael cook? I can kind of cook. I can cook some Korean food. I can cook like the basic 4 or 5 Korean foods.
Like soup.
두부찌개, 된장찌개, 호박찌개, 김치찌개, and
Can you make miyeokguk?
miyeokguk. No.
I think that was like one of the first ones that I learned.
You know what's so funny? I'll tell you a funny story. When I first made
Oh my gosh, miso soup.
miso soup, so miso soup is it made of miso?
It's made out of miso, which is a fermented bean, a Japanese fermented bean.
Yes. So what I did was I took.
But the Korean equivalent is called doenjang.
So
But-
I took something called misokaru.
He thought miso, Japanese miso bean, fermented bean, was the equivalent to Korean misutgaru, which is like milled grains.
Oh no. And then so I took that and I mixed it with water and they put tofu in it and onions and
But he put basically like rice powder.
yeah, so it ends up being rice powder, not miso, not the bean paste.
Yeah.
And then I boiled that.
You
and then
boiled?
I made it into soup, right? And then I actually served it to a friend and my friend's friend.
And you said it's miso soup.
Yes.
Because you thought miso was misutgaru.
Yeah, and that didn't go well. It's like, oh, they kind of ate it out of respect.
They kind of ate it.
Yes.
Did you eat it?
I remember eating it.
Did
but
you
this
finish it?
Didn't taste.
You
the
guys
same.
didn't say
I didn't
anything
remember.
like,
It was like
wait,
15
this
years
tastes
ago.
funny.
Yep.
You didn't say anything like that?
Yeah.
I would have been like, guys, what did I do?
Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't even make that mistake.
Yeah.
Because I know the difference between
when
miso
Nami
and miso.
when Nami first cooked,
I can boil water.
the very first thing Nami cooked for me was a canned soup, mushroom soup, and she used these
Hey, I don't remember this.
huge shells, these huge noodle shells that are like literally this big.
Huh? What is
and
that?
then they were half cooked.
What do you mean? What was that?
They were like noodle shells, but they're
What?
like this big,
What do you mean noodle shells?
like pasta noodle shells.
Uh,
But you know the ones that are like this big, like this big,
oh.
and then it was
No, they were
half-
like the pastas that look like shell shaped.
and then they were half cooked.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, do
really?
we want a boy or a girl? You can answer that.
I answered this so many times. You
I-
answer it.
We,
I think I answered it like 20 times now.
I think, well, either we don't really have a preference, but because we have 2 sons, I guess it would be nice to have a daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yes, we are Christian. We're humble Christ followers.
I tried to make that soup, okay?
Besides, did you get
Pasta
the
takes too
drawing
long
I
to
mailed?
boil.
Did you get the drawing from Sarah?
I think so. But I filmed a unboxing video. I must have got it.
Is that the one with the portrait?
I think it's the one with the portrait with the
In pencil.
flowers.
In pencil?
Is it the one with the ah? Is it the one with the flower crown?
As
I
long
think
as
it
the
was from Sarah.
as long as the baby is healthy. Yes, Wolfie
Yeah.
got it.
But even if the baby's not healthy, we'll be thankful.
Yes. Oh, I love Mexican food. You know, when I went to Mexico for a missions trip. This was in high school. And it was so interesting because we visited 3 cities and one of them was closer to
Ramen.
the city near Cancun.
Just kidding.
And the other one was we were building
Me too, Sarah.
we were building a school, I think. So we had to like carry rock,
Our
dolly
winners
it
are
over,
in the latest upload.
and then
But we didn't contact them
it was
yet,
hot and it was dry. We were there for about a
'cause
week.
I couldn't
And-
find time to do that.
Amazingly, it didn't rain. And there was tacos that we had, and I don't know how descriptive I should get in this store, but let's just say I visited the washroom 7 times because
Oh.
there was very spicy
It was getting
like,
your bowels going.
oil-based pepper that you can put over your taco, and I'm like, I love this spice, and I was like drenching my tacos with it, and then I'll tell you, I had to visit the washroom 7 times.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was pretty serious.
Nice.
Oh, did you spill?
No.
But it was great.
Safe.
I loved Mexico. They how do you pronounce it? Mexico.
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 Mexico. Yes. Yes, it was wonderful.
Bye.
Bye.
Bonus.
Bonus.
We love our
Yes,
spicy.
spicy food is awesome. You know, I was stopped by the military guards in Mexico. I was in a, it was like some kind of Chevy or American truck. It was a pickup truck. And I was in with my sister. We were going over because we forgot some kind of
Who
key.
drove?
It was one of the locals.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were driving by like the freeway, the highway. And then these guys, the people in army suit, they stopped the car because it was a big pickup truck. And we had to get out for like 30 minutes. And then they had
Bye,
M16 strapped
Tina.
around them. And they were searching the entire car. And I guess it was weird that there were two Asian people inside
An American vehicle.
an American vehicle with a local in it. And it's like, what are you guys
Tteokbokki.
doing?
I know. How do you make it not get hard?
How do you get a what?
How do you not get tteokbokki hard after you cook it? I've never cooked like a really good tteokbokki actually.
Same here.
My mom has. I should ask her.
Hi, Satori.
Hi, Satori.
Visit New Orleans. Sure, we have to.
We have to go everywhere in
Yes.
the States.
Favorite Korean foods. What are your favorite Korean foods?
냉면! 냉면, 냉면, 냉면.
Hmm.
Oh.
You know, I grew up eating a lot of my mom's cooking. I
Her ramen.
Hmm.
Her instant noodles.
I like all Korean food. It's I think if I were to choose one, I like 갈비찜. Oh. 냉면. Oh no, that tickles. That tickles. That really tickles. Well, about our channel direction.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about what our channel stands for. Like, what do our channels stand for?
Okay.
And I know that we kind of discussed this before.
Yeah.
And what you said was, your channel stands for. Like you always have that moment that. What's that moment? That moment.
Ah? Oh,
The
the
mom-
moment.
Yeah, that moment when you just feel a really touching story.
Yeah.
Right? And so the channel stands for, in a sense, building the lives, blessing the lives of the viewer.
Yeah.
And I think that's the easiest way to put it. That's what our channel stands for. But marrying that with what the viewer wants. What do you want? What is it that you want to see? And many of you said, like, they like to see Nami suffer when she does her hair experiments.
Okay, now I think they like to see me just experiment because I'm not suffering as much.
Right.
But before I was suffering, but you know.
So many are interested in the beauty, hair content. But then many have said that initially you've come on to subscribe because of Nami's hair, but you stayed because of the family, because of something else, because of the personality, because of something more.
She got her braces
Oh,
off.
congratulations. I can't wait to get mine off.
And the talk videos.
And the talk videos, yes.
They really like the talk videos.
And
I stayed for the realness.
stayed for the realness.
My hair's getting long.
And we have to be focused and narrow to a point. We can't kind of be everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
We
kind of
can't-
hard.
Yes, and that's been a challenge, I guess, and one of the big
So
reasons
itchy.
why we split off into two channels, so that one can be more based on like family in our talks, and one can be more based on Nami
Me and whatever I want to do.
whatever she wants to do. And initially we thought, okay, Nami's channel would be more of a beauty channel. In fact, more of a makeup channel.
Yeah.
And in the very beginning, I didn't believe that this would work. Like, I didn't believe that
He
we
kept
could
telling
even-
me to stop making videos.
because I didn't
For like 3 years. Actually, hold on. When did I open this channel? My channel. I opened my channel in like 2009. No, I was too young in 2006.
Oh, 2009.
9.
Okay.
2009 when I was
Yeah.
14, I opened
Yeah.
my channel. Now it's 2019 and I'm turning 24. Oh my gosh, can you believe it?
Yeah.
Oh
And
my gosh, it's
so
crazy.
when when I began to so when we began, it
Yeah.
was makeup.
Yeah.
But then you didn't
I
enjoy
started
it.
uploading family content on my channel in
Yes.
2013.
Yes.
And so from 2009 to 2014, I was kind of uploading like random beauty stuff and
Mm-hmm.
random this and that like with my friends,
Mm-hmm.
and then random makeup stuff. So that's for like how many years is that? I'm really bad at math. 2009, 2013. So for
Good
for
night,
4
Jennifer.
years. Good night, Jennifer. So for 4 years, I was just uploading like random stuff, especially like beauty related, like product stuff and like makeup stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
then you kept telling me during that 3.5 years that you knew me that like to stop up
Yes, and I
to stop
did.
uploading. No, at first you were telling me how I should make videos.
Right.
And he was actually doing a really good job directing me too and producing like one of my earliest like beauty videos of like how to remove contacts that actually did well during that time.
Mm-hmm.
It got like 15K views and I think I only had like 100 subscribers.
Yes. Thank you for your comments. I'm reading it while Navi's talking and
Yeah,
Navi's reading
and
them.
I'm reading it while
Yes.
Michael's talking. So yeah, like after you were more like trying to help direct my videos, and then I kind of just wanted to do what I wanted to do. Like I kind of just wanted to make the type of videos that I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to make. So then you were like less involved, and when you were less involved, you were saying like you don't think my YouTube will work and like I should kind of not do it as much, and it's more like taking a lot of time. It takes like 8 hours a week or so, or like at least 4 hours a week, and maybe you shouldn't do it. And
Right.
then I started uploading family content, and then that did like really well because I think we had a lot of meaningful stories that I was sharing about like the pregnancies and about the family and about the kids and about like my childhood and stuff. And then you started directing more of my content during that time and
Yes.
going full time. And then that's
Yes.
when we went full time. And that's when you kind of felt like you were doing more research and thinking and thinking like it is a possibility kind of thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a process for us too, and even how the whole hair thing, Nami never, Nami never really enjoyed doing any hair content.
Oh, I hated hair.
Yes,
Like
actually, okay,
I
that's
love
she hated it.
makeup and I love doing makeup. I could only curl, straighten and blow dry hair. I hated anything to do with cutting or with to do with coloring
Bleaching
or
or
bleaching.
coloring.
Like that's just something I didn't know
Every
anything about.
video was, every video was a challenge. It was a
Yeah.
chore
Yeah.
in a sense because you just didn't enjoy it in that sense.
Yeah.
But at the same,
And it was stressful because at the beginning like I was fighting with my mom too. So
mm,
it's not fun to just inflict stress.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'll be praying for you, Alyssa. Alyssa, Father. Okay. Yeah, and but that is not to say that we didn't care about the content or we
Yeah.
weren't. We were just putting our half of our heart into it. We were still
No.
trying our best because we
It was
realized that
kind of like a cross between like my beauty and my family.
yes. At the same time, we have to listen to what you, the viewer, wants to see,
Mm.
and kind of serve that as well, but still try to put it in through a medium where that doesn't de what am I trying to say? It doesn't knock us off from our foundation of what we stand for.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And
Like it doesn't sell you out.
yes. And so we were trying to slowly shift from a beauty kind of focused branding into more of a personality, Nami focused. And that gives, in a sense, more
When?
flexibility over the past year.
Yeah.
That gives a lot more flexibility. We're not just stuck on hair. We're not just stuck on makeup.
And especially now that like I'm pregnant and
Mhm.
we have like definite plans and goals for my hair,
Mm-hmm.
especially after the baby is born. I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna go back to either brown or black, and like a natural color,
Mm-hmm.
and stop bleaching entirely since my last bleaching, which has already been 2 months since my last bleaching.
Yes.
It's been 2 months since we found out. So
Mm-hmm. Someone had an 18-page paper due tomorrow, and it has to be handwritten. I just remember that right now, reading that. I'm like, oh my
please
goodness.
study.
I hope.
We're both looking at the clock right now.
Yeah. I'm sorry for keeping
Time
everyone.
is ticking.
Sorry for keeping
Time is
everyone.
ticking.
So for 2019, I think our family goal is steadiness. We want a strict routine with the kids where they know what's happening. Like they have expectations,
Study.
and they live a kind of a comfortable, or like a safe life.
Yeah.
Not to be so safe. Okay, maybe safe is not the right word, but at least there is a structure.
Yeah.
And I think the only way to do that is
A non-chaotic life, please.
if we on our channels, we can't really take too many risks. Look, it's good to take risk, but we can't try too many new things in that. It's not like we're gonna. What am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, I think the direction we're going is, we're gonna have to do more family vlogs, and I'm glad that that aligns with many of what you wanted to see. You wanted to see more of Galahad and Ziek. You wanted to see more family vlogs. Many of you wanted to see more of the talks that we do. And many of you wanted to see more of
Gudetama.
Nami's hair and experiments and things. And many of you wanted to see challenges as well. And I'm not very good at challenges. I'm not very good at brainstorming.
Oh, that was a really good video too. The product challenge. When
Yes,
we
the
did that
food,
on
the
when we
eating
did that
challenge and
on
things.
my
Yes.
channel long time ago
Yes.
when we were doing the family channel stuff.
Yes.
That was a good video. That was fun.
Yes. So,
But we don't really do challenges a lot, so that's why.
and I know that when we have the third child,
Yeah.
that's gonna, wow, it's gonna be a busy time because, uh,
How can you make me choose between BTS and Gudetama?
BTS or Gudetama?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Can't choose. Both.
So, another thing that 2 years ago, starting 2 years ago, a lot of our content was also centered around K-pop and BTS focused.
Yeah.
And I think this year we're also gonna be slowly pivoting away. Not pivoting towards family more, I'd say. Pivoting
Yeah.
towards family, but it's not gonna be gone because it's we're focused on personality, and that's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there's gonna be no BTS content on the family channel. That makes sense.
right.
But
Mm-hmm.
on, if it's more comfortable, you could just put it down.
Okay.
On my channel,
Mm-hmm.
like I'll be doing this and that. So
Yes. Would you ever do a buzz cut?
I was going to if I failed my bleach, like if the bleach ruined my hair. That was the condition for doing a buzz cut. If my hair fell out and I looked like a bald eagle, then I was gonna do it. But my hair didn't fall out, so I don't know if I'll do it because I don't find a need to do it if my hair didn't fall out. What's funny?
That'd be crazy if we both buzzed our hairs, and then you did like neon.
People will look at us so weird.
You can
Like
do,
people
like-
already look at us weird in public.
Yeah. You can do like neon yellow, and I'll do like pink or like rose gold. That'd be crazy. We would be like crazy family.
And then we just have to bleach Zeke's hair, and then we're complete.
Yeah. You know, I was telling Nami, hey, why don't you grow Zeke a tail and bleach his tail because
I
Galahad's
kind of
from-
want to grow him a mullet now. Not
A
a
mullet?
tail, not a rat tail,
Yeah.
like a mullet. I think he'll look so
Yeah.
cute in a mullet.
Yeah.
I'm kind of for the mullet more than the rat tail. I think the rat tail, it screams like mischief, but the mullet is like a calm mischief. You know what I mean?
A mullet is like a mushroom or like what?
I showed you a picture of it.
Well, you had a mullet before.
Yes.
Yes.
But mine wasn't like a long female version.
Right. Yeah. Why does a rat tail have to scream mischief?
I think it's because it's like it looks clean, and then all of a sudden there's like
A tail?
a tail that like is like hee hee hee, you know?
Is it called rat's tail? Like that's
Yeah,
the...
it's called a rat tail. But
Wow. Okay.
I think it's the idea that like, you know how rats, they look cute but then they're like dirty and they carry diseases. So it's like kind of the idea that like
I
it looks
see.
clean and it looks like a good person, but then at
see.
the back they're like mischievous. Something
How about
like
the
that. I don't really
sideburns?
get
Grow
it.
his sideburns and dye his sideburns.
That's what I mean. I want to grow him a mullet that's like long at the bottom and then shorter at the top.
Oh, there's a guy in my class who has the longest... Oh, the comment went too fast. Rat tail that he braids. It's also
Oh,
bleached.
that's so cool. I really like
Two-tone.
that. I really like that. That's cute.
We've been together for almost
You're covering
10
the
years.
camera with your thumb.
Oh, I didn't even realize I was covering the... Sorry, I'm so bad at this.
No,
Favorite
it's
anime?
okay.
Favorite anime, I think for us would be what? Monster?
Yeah, but it's like really dramatic and has a lot of mature themes with like murder and
Yes.
stuff and mystery.
Yes.
So we don't recommend it if you're too young for that. But we liked it because of how complex the story was.
Yes.
And I also like Full Metal Alchemist's Brotherhood. That one's like less gory.
Yes. Oh, Sleepy is watching Monster.
You can put it down, Dad.
Good night, Alyssa.
Good night.
Hello, Stacy.
Have a nice birthday.
We read your letter recently. Thank you so much. Always.
Her card. It was a card.
Card. Oh, card letter.
Card letter.
Michael is like your grandpa when you're FaceTime.
And he's covering the
Is
camera.
it- oh, I know. Why did I do that?
It's
like,
because you're technologically
yes.
delayed.
But I think that's all that I wanted to discuss. I just wanted to...
Really?
put-
Do you want to take questions about our channels?
Okay, ask us anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
For how much longer? Like 10
All right.
minutes?
All right. Maybe 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Ask us anything. We won't be able to get to everyone's question, but we'll try. What type of videos do you enjoy making the most?
Oh, I'm tired.
Sometimes I like to make secret videos because, like, sometimes I videotape Nami sleeping and I upload that. But not to the general public because I think...
Yeah, only our channel members
you
see
won't,
that
You won't
stuff.
see me alive if I do that. I'll tell you
Yes.
that.
There was one recently that like you were filming me sleeping and then I woke up. That one was fun.
So besides that, okay, I enjoy
I like
filming our talks.
I like filming vlogs because it's easy. It's just like
Vlogs.
it's just like, oh, here's this,
I'm
here's
so
that.
bad at filming vlogs. I repeat the same thing like 7 times
That's fine.
because I don't know how to narrate a vlog. I'm really bad at that. Would you ever consider making podcasts?
Ooh,
Yes.
we wanted to do that for a while.
I think we need some help. We need help with... We need an assistant.
Like, what do you even like? Where do you put it, and what do you do with it? Like,
Podcast. Yeah.
we do. We made MP3 versions, like audio versions of some of our talk videos.
7 minutes.
So
Could you give me some advice on how to stay strong in faith through everything? Wow. You know...
that's hard.
I
It's-
guess...
Okay, can
Yeah.
I say something?
Okay, yeah.
It's hard, but it's not hard. It's impossible. You can't.
Right.
You can't do it. Like, only God can do it. So you have to just rely on Him because
Yeah.
as people, we really can't. Like, it's impossible for us because we're selfish and gross and wretched people. We're just terrible. So selfish.
I always think typically in life we don't really go towards an upward projection. Let's say if the is this x-axis and this is y?
Yeah.
I haven't done math in so long. This is okay. Let's say x-axis is time and y-axis means success by whatever measure that you want to use success. But we don't really go like this.
Yeah. We just
Um,
go like this.
I would say we even go like this,
Ah,
slowly
interesting.
going up, because at
No, you
sometimes,
never go back in time.
okay, you don't go back in time. Okay,
But
it
we get what you
feels
mean.
sometimes it feels like you're going
Backwards.
so backwards, so low in your life to a point where you don't even believe in yourself or believe in others, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I was in such a low point in my life, and you were like, "Hey, come, I don't know, come out to,
Oh, your professor's
yes,
guest
come out
speaker.
to this meeting, because everybody wants to see you," and then I'll be like, "No, I don't believe in it. Be quiet, shut up," like
Yeah,
that.
nobody would want
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but I do think it's a process, and wow, that I guess I'll just second to what Nami says. Sorry,
I was
it's
like, why are you patting me? You're covering the
what you said
camera.
was I'm covering the
You're
camera
being a
again.
grandpa.
Sorry.
You
I
can do it this way, yeah.
this way. Is it hard working with each other sometimes? Oh yes, of course, because we have to maintain a professional relationship, but then we're
Married?
married and then we're parents.
Yeah. So like
So,
there's a lot of factors that go into it and then it's
mm-hmm.
like, but why wasn't it like this? But why didn't you this? And
Right.
then like, but I asked you to do this and then it's like, ah,
Yeah, so it's always communication. There there's
go to
always
sleep
in the
guys, it's late.
beginning the forming stage where you're kind of
3
realizing
minutes.
your roles, and then there's the storming stage where you're always fighting. And then after that you begin to norm in terms of what you
Yeah.
do and then perform.
Yeah. I think we've been okay, so when we first met, I already had my channel for like half a year.
Yes.
And so when we first met, you were giving me tips on the like on directing my videos.
Mm-hmm.
And in some videos I did take your advice and those were the only videos that actually did really well.
Right.
But after I didn't really want to listen to you and you also didn't want to really produce beauty videos.
Yes.
Like that's not something that you were passionate about either.
Yes.
You were just giving me tips at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So then we kind of had a taste of that combination and then we
Right.
diverged from there. And then when I started doing the family channel, the family content on my channel, then Michael was more involved. And then when we started doing YouTube more full time,
Mm-hmm.
then I think do you think it was hard during that time to work together? I feel like we didn't do that bad. It was more like you were the brains behind
Yes.
everything and
Yes.
then I was kind of consulting you for this and that.
It takes
But
time.
then
It took time for sure.
now you're also a labor force.
Yes.
You're a brain but you're also hands
Yes.
now. So it's a lot easier.
Yes.
So I feel like it just gets easier for us because like we have been kind of working at it for like 10 years.
I think one of the most humbling things about marriage is that we're very honest. Like spouses are very honest with each other when there's some quality or characteristics that is, I guess, just bad, right? Like if you're not
Yeah, it's my life.
if you're not being kind,
My
or
life.
if I'm being rude to you, or if I'm being
Yeah.
insensitive,
Like
you just say it.
you're
Right?
annoying.
And so it's a
Yeah.
very humbling.
Bye,
It's like
my
seeing a mirror
day.
all the time. So I think that helps a lot.
Good night.
It is also a challenge when we're working together, but you eventually slowly crack at it and work at it
Yeah.
together. Let's take one more question. Uh, Michael, how do you? Sorry.
How did you manage to discipline yourself and get back to high school?
It took me about 7 years.
No, get back to high school.
Get back to high school. So I left high school because I was too embarrassed to go back.
And then you went back to a different high school.
Yeah, because in my grade 12 year, I was
Sorry, we just got an Amber Alert for somebody who went missing.
wow. Okay, we just got an Amber Alert. Yeah. So when I was in high school, I would fake that I'm going to school, and I would kind of sit
I'm
in like a
gonna share
restaurant.
that on my Instagram later.
Okay, you should.
Yeah.
And I had extremely low self-esteem. Like I guess in a sense, I had many issues because
Bye.
because of my video game use, and
Good night.
I guess in
Regan.
many different areas of my life, I felt very inadequate and I was failing,
I
and
know
that was
Amber
kind of like a
alerts are
constant
scary.
theme throughout my life where um, I had very little discipline. I had a lot I wanted to do and a lot of desire, but I had no discipline to make it happen. And uh, I dropped out of high school, and then I was too embarrassed to go back to high school. So then I stayed.
They make me
I just
worried.
wanted to stay home,
The Amber alerts.
and it was during a time in 2008 when there was a huge housing market crash, and my parents weren't able to afford the area where we were living in, and they had to move 2 hours away. And in my selfishness, I really wanted to stay where I was. I wanted to stay in the Toronto, in the downtown.
Why?
I wanted to stay in the city
Why?
because I didn't want to live in
The suburbs?
the suburbs. Oh no, it's more like
Like a
country.
country town.
Yes, it's more like country town, and I didn't want to work in a convenience store
You didn't
where
want to be stuck. You still wanted the city.
yes,
Mm.
and that was my selfishness in a way.
Me too. I hope they're okay after. I'm gonna share it on my Instagram, so
And
hopefully that will help. I don't know.
after a year of working, I worked for a year. After a year of working, I realized that, you know what, I should try at least finishing high school. And even after, so I was 20 now. I'm 20, I'm entering high school again, trying to finish high school, and I still fail half my courses because I didn't even know how to read well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to read I wouldn't be able to read a paragraph without losing focus or forgetting what I just read. I didn't know how to read. And my brain couldn't even process it because all I knew how to process was moving my hand with a mouse to
To click things.
click things on a screen because that's what my brain was conditioned to practice for probably about 20,000 hours. So that was
For
a
your whole
struggle for
life,
me. So even
basically.
when I got into university, I barely got into university, college, university, whatever
This
you
is
want
a
to call
really
it.
long story.
Sorry, I'll I'll end it in 1 minute. So even after first year university, I almost got kicked out because I still had so little
Yeah.
discipline in studying. I went on academic suspension,
And probation.
probation. And I think a huge thing is this is what Richard Foster says.
It's the same as my username
Richard Foster, he
on
wrote this
YouTube.
book called Prayer, but in that book, he talks about how using the environment, your place, your setting, your environmental setting of where you want to start a new habit, or let's say it's studying, that
You have to
your environment helps to focus.
change where you are.
Yes, like physical setting. Environment helps with focus. Time of the day helps consistency. So people who live in, let's say, a city life, they go by like a weekly schedule. People who live in the rural or like I guess farm kind of country area, they go by daily schedule, and this is because of just the daily tasks that you have to do. But it's really realizing where you live, and if you want to change something about you or learn a new skill or develop a new habit or become more disciplined, you can use environment and time of day to
To
help
change
with that.
yeah.
Yeah, so and everyone's different. Some people are study better in the morning. Some people in the afternoon, after a workout, after lunch,
Some
in
people
the
at
evening, at
night.
night. Some people at like 2 a.m.
Some people
So
right before they sleep.
right, and so it's learning about yourself too, in knowing what your preferences are.
Your hair
This
is
is too
getting
long.
so long.
So long. Oh, I have to put it to the side.
Ajashi style.
So environment helps
Oppa,
with
Ajashi
focus.
style.
Time of day helps.
Eight.
Sorry.
Eight.
And time of day helps with
Oppa, Ajashi
consistency.
style.
Another important factor to this is community, because sometimes you have to do this in community with others, in support. So I would say the year after that, the third year now, because I was on suspension, I learned how to time manage, and that was also the
You
time.
are also required to take courses like academic. What was it called?
Academic skills.
Skills.
Yes.
So like practical courses that actually taught you the basics
Yes.
of what you should do to be better.
Yes. Another huge factor was suffering, because that's also the time when Nami got pregnant with Galahad, and Galahad was born, and it changed.
Your character.
Yeah, it developed character through
It
suffering.
built your character.
And so, I went from a lifestyle. I changed into a lifestyle where I would wake up in the morning, I would study, eat breakfast, study, lunch, study, dinner, study, sleep. Like that was my lifestyle then, and that slowly
Yeah, that's really good,
transformed and
Joanne.
changed
I'm glad you're doing
how
that.
my ability to
Because a
become
lot of people
disciplined.
don't know how to study.
Yes. So discipline is a process. You work on it over the years. And from then on, I was able to graduate with honors. So like a high GPA. So I went from 0.4 GPA, which is like pretty much
Failing.
Can you imagine a 0.4 GPA?
0.4 GPA is like equivalent to like
On
a D minus.
Yeah, on a 4.0 scale. 0.4. That was my GPA. And then I ended up to a 4.0.
Which is like A++.
No, it's just A. It's just A.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A plus is like 4.1, 4.2.
Ah, really?
But
there's more than 4.0?
yeah,
I
on
didn't know.
some universities.
I'm so...
But and I feel like, well, for me for me it was God's grace and discipline.
And your personal discipline.
Yes. And discipline, because diligence. It
Yeah.
takes the diligence to try. It takes moxie, determination.
Hey,
it takes...
slice and rice noob.
Slice and rice. They're so cool.
I like
And
slice and rice.
it takes...
They're funny.
It takes grit. You have to be gritty. You have to have moxie and determination to take risks. And you have to stay focused. You have to live an imbalanced life. You have to live a life that is focused. You can't try to do so many things and balance and juggle so many
You have
things.
to choose the good from the good.
You have to cut a lot of good things out of your life and narrow down your focus and just focus on it and develop it and use your environment, know yourself, know your body, where you work best, what time you work best, stay consistent with your time, and take it a year at a time. Every year
Take
you're
it
taking
an
a step.
hour at a time.
Take it an hour at a time. Use the Pomodoro technique, which is you take breaks every 15, 20 minutes, take a 5-minute break. A break is not on a screen. A break does not distract you.
It's like taking a walk.
Yes, it's like taking a walk. It's like stretching.
It's like playing basketball. You always studied like at the computer lab right
Yes.
across of the gym.
Yes.
So that you can go and like shoot basketball
Yes.
hoops
And then and
for like 5 minutes.
if your break is Instagram, you're actually firing up your neurons even more, and you're exhausting yourself. That's not a break. You're gonna be exhausted going back to a book.
you have to break your brain by working your body for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or
so,
like eating
like
a
rest
snack.
it out.
Eat a snack, get
I
some
think
water.
stretching is important. Drink
Stretching
water.
helps a lot because it
Yes.
releases endorphins,
And you have to sleep well.
which are chemicals that make you feel
Sleep
better.
well. You can only do 3 things well in a day.
I'm
of your
trying
life.
to prank him, but he's stopping me.
You can only like sleep and work take up 2 of the things. And so
2 of the things? What do you mean? Oh,
you can only do 3 things in a
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Sleep, work or score, whatever it is, and then whatever else that last thing is.
Yeah.
You can't try to fit anymore.
Yeah,
It's too much.
yeah.
And so
Well, for some reason, my face looks so asymmetrical.
yeah, this
today.
was a lot longer than 7 minutes, but I feel like there's more I want to share.
Yeah, that was like 20.
And you can get so good to a point where, for me, I actually studied at 2 places. I studied at 2 universities full-time, a master's program, a social work program, and then college part-time,
Yeah.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was still able to manage like
Having a family.
scholarship level grades,
Plus
and then with family,
with 2 kids.
and then with cooking.
That was when we had
And with-
Zeke
yeah.
too.
And,
And you were doing all the housework.
yes, so
Yeah, that was crazy.
what I'm
'Cause I was
basically
working
sharing is,
full-time.
here I am. I was this young Asian kid who couldn't even read a book. I didn't even read my first novel till when I was 17. And I didn't
Sorry.
even know how to read.
And you didn't know how to write an essay until you were grade 12 plus plus, and I taught you how to write an
Yes,
essay when I was in grade 9
She taught me how to write an essay.
when we were both in high school.
So it's quite incredible where how much you can grow and develop. And it's funny. Let me tell you this story because
This story and another story. Tell us. Tell us.
well, we're pretty open about this in our channel. Okay, maybe we should end here.
Why? What was it? Is it dangerous?
No. Okay, I'll tell you.
What?
Okay, no. We talk about how Nami got pregnant out of wedlock, right? We were
Yes.
dating, and then Nami got pregnant.
Yes.
And there were we faced many consequences through
Yes.
our
Our
situation.
actions and yeah.
And it's funny because this relates to the story what I was sharing earlier because we're both very infamous.
Oh yeah.
We're very well known
For being bad
for our negative
things.
things.
Yeah.
Right?
Like Michael was known as like
And-
a high school dropout who was like addicted to games, and then
Right.
his family doesn't really like him
Yeah.
because they pretend they don't have a son.
So
And then I was infamous because I was like
And
loud and crazy.
I
and
don't think
everyone
it's good
hated
to
me,
be-
And I was like violent and
yeah,
I had no friends.
It's not good for us to be like we're not proud about it, but it did it affected us. But
I
we don't
think-
want, like it's more boasting in our weakness.
Yeah, they
Right?
were our weaknesses, and I
Yes.
think weakness and suffering really builds you. It builds
Yes.
your character, and
Right.
it builds perseverance,
Yeah.
and it gives you wisdom.
Yeah, and it's funny because people knew me. Okay, I went to the school called A.Y. Jackson. It's a high school. It's the same high school where Henry
Lau from Super Junior M.
Yes,
They
one-
went to school
he
and they
plays the
went to like the
violin.
same. They were on the same bus.
Yes,
They took the same bus to school
I would watch his talent shows, high school talent shows.
with the
Yes,
violin and the
he-
dancing.
So I saw him, during that time, but it was funny. I would take the same bus as him
Yeah.
back home. It was hilarious. But anyways, that aside,
Yeah, Henry.
I
My
went to
mom
that
loves
school.
him.
So whenever people would hear in the Korean community, because Korean culture is like really like a pride gossip kind of culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of different from Japan where it's more shame honor.
Mm.
In Korea, it's like pride gossip where so this is the stories that I hear from my friends who recently visited Korea. And this guy, it's not everyone who's like this. This is
Yeah.
This is definitely a generalization. But,
Yeah.
In Korea, many of the younger like Gen Zs,
Yeah.
you meet a Gen Z, it's like, hey, like
Hey,
what
this
do
is
you
what
do?
I'm doing.
What do
This
you
is the
do?
car that I drive.
What car do you drive? What school did you graduate from? And what work do you do?
How about you?
Yeah, how about you? And then you'd exchange that kind of
That's
information.
their like they bio themselves like
and
that.
based on that,
So stupid.
they kind of gauge what's your social economic status and should I befriend you or should I look down on you
Yeah.
or should I look up to you?
Yeah,
Like,
or
what is
should
it?
I look up to you? Yeah.
So that's kind of the
Culture,
rhetoric and the
yeah.
culture of how
In
social
Korea.
interaction kind of goes through like on a day-to-day
Yeah.
basis. So if you can imagine, this
So
is
you're talking about your school.
my school. So when people hear of A.Y. Jackson, the high school when I went to, they go like, "Oh, A.Y. Jackson."
Oh yeah, and Henry's in Michael's yearbook.
Oh yeah,
funny.
I'm gonna keep.
I took a picture of
Yeah, he's
Henry's
in my
picture
yearbook.
in the yearbook and posted like a little story
It's funny.
on my blog.
So when people
Few
hear of
years
A.Y.
ago.
Jackson, they're like, "Oh,
It's funny.
A.Y. Jackson, that's a school where this guy named Michael got his girlfriend pregnant."
Yeah.
Right? And so
And they don't even know
people-
you.
People don't even know who I am. They don't even know how I look.
They
just
don't even know the context in which everything happened because we were actually
Yeah.
we were planning to get married and then
Yeah.
it just happened in that timing. So
Right.
it's funny.
Right. And so that's funny, right? And there's a lot of gossip that kind of percolated, and the broken telephone effect.
Yeah.
It always gets worse. The story gets worse and worse as it goes around. And it wasn't only the Korean community; it was a church community. Nami's church, my church.
Yeah.
Everyone was.
And because we were at Korean churches, both of us,
They
they still kind of hold that kind of culture.
Nobody really supported us. Everybody just pointed at us and judged us and ostracized, right? And that's what happened in our churches, right? And so we're experiencing this judgment in school, in church, kind of everywhere. And so that was a huge transforming, humbling,
Type of suffering.
suffering. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And that was so important for me.
Yeah, and
That
it's
was so
funny how
important.
like we meet people that we knew in high
Good
school,
night.
things like that, and they don't experience much suffering in their lives.
Right.
Their life is pretty like coasting and easy and like just a regular typical life with like, you know, you go to school, you work and you
Mm-hmm.
have fun and you meet your friends and it's just like, you know, whatevs. And I know everyone does suffer to an extent, but I find that they I find that like most people they just kind of chillax through life, you know? And
Yes.
they don't have that type of extreme suffering that really refines you as a person.
Right.
And when we meet those people again, like they're exactly the same people they were in high school. Like
Right.
they did not change at all. They did not grow at all. They did
Yes.
not like become any type of better. They just seem the same type of like immaturity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So recently, I'm 29 now, and there was
You're
recently
old.
a 10-year anniversary
Aigoo, oppa.
for high school graduates,
Oh yeah. We
and
didn't go though because
you'll notice that some people change and some
it was
people
at a bar
stay
and
the
like we
same.
couldn't bring the kids, so we didn't go.
You'll notice that some people change, some people
But
stay
your
the
friend
same.
told you that like how it was for them
Yes,
visiting.
and
And they all like hung out with the cliques that they were in high school. Like what's the point of a 10-year
right
reunion
when
but
nothing
not
changes,
yeah, when
everybody
nothing
just stays in
everyone
their
just
same
stays
groups,
in their same cliques. Like
right?
the point of a 10-year reunion is to see like
Yeah, get
how
together.
everyone has changed.
Right,
Hello.
right.
My mom just
Oh,
came
hi.
with food.
Okay, thank you.
What is it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. 뭔데? 언니한테 주려고. Bye. Good night.
So
She brought like leftover takeout.
you should eat it.
I don't know. I'll have to see if I can eat it.
So the way I wanted
42
to
pages.
going back to that question of discipline, I want to encourage you basically.
And also a question about like how do you become like how did you become so wise? Like someone was asking that too. I think it's similar.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's similar. Oh
Okay.
no!
Hold on. Okay. There's worldly wisdom. And I think worldly wisdom, I admire it. But I don't love it. For example, if you have read the book 48 Laws of Power, there's worldly wisdom would teach you things like never trust your friends, learn how to use your enemies. I mean, I think there are always principles where you can take, but it's very groundless. If you know the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, I read that twice. Once I did a passive read through. A couple months ago, I read through that actively, every word by word for word, and I didn't like it. It had the same impression. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I didn't like it because
My point of mentioning that was the same was that the answer is the same as what you were going back to the other question.
Hold on, this is a totally different question.
Ah!
Am I? Should I just?
No,
end
just
it?
keep going. It's great.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Professor, please lecture us.
So
Lecture us. Actually, Michael was going to be a professor this past
I was gonna be a
September.
professor, but the academic
his
dean
school?
doesn't like me because I stand up for students with disabilities, and I'm kind of an advocate, I guess, in ways I
And right now
actually
oh
yeah.
yeah.
There's something
Politics!
something we have to keep secret. So yes,
Yeah.
But that aside, it's okay. You know, totally fine.
I
But-
was just gonna say they have issues
right,
with prejudice,
right,
and so
right.
they denied you
Yes.
your
So,
job.
hold on, where was I? Okay, so Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. If I were to write a book like that, I would write it. I would change it around. How to win, influence, and befriend people. The way he writes and titles it commodifies the person, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
People are not there
to be one.
to be one. You don't win friends. You befriend friends.
Yeah.
And you don't just influence people. You win the influence. So
Right.
I didn't. That approach was
Yeah.
a bit different. It takes away the value, the intrinsic value of the person into which you are supposed to use the principles of the book. But that book has a lot of good principles, but it's kind of lacking an underlying substance. And it's kind of like, for me, wisdom is from above. There's worldly wisdom, you can get as much of that from anywhere, but there's no end of that.
Joanne says thank you for doing that because as a student with disability, she really appreciates your advocacy.
Oh, awesome.
Making friends? What's that like?
So, hold on. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry!
Train of thought.
You were saying
I can't lose my train of thought.
Sorry, I wasn't listening either.
Oh, hold on. So, okay. Worldly wisdom. If you ever read this book called Ecclesiastes,
He did think about it.
and
Maybe in the future.
I mean,
It'd be cool if he did that.
worldly wisdom is good, but in the end, it's meaningless. You know what I mean? And I can go on, but I'm not gonna go on about that. So reading books, there is no end. It becomes meaningless. Why do I do it, right? But anyways, so I take worldly wisdom and then there's godly wisdom. So I read Proverbs and I prayed. God give me wisdom and God will bless you with wisdom. It takes time though. So 10 years later, I'm telling you, it takes a long time. And okay, let's just look, I know not everyone is Christian, but even Jesus spent 30 years to prepare his life for his 3-year ministry.
Right.
If you look at Moses, 40 years for, however long, 40 years of work, but 40 years of preparation. Abraham was about 25 years. Like, you look at these people who spend decades in preparation for something so small, right?
So not small, but something so short.
It's focused.
Yeah.
And that's how we have to view it. Like, it's not
it's
value,
a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes, and your value is not hinged on, I guess, the rate or speed, or it's not by socioeconomic status. It's not by
how much
the
you
value
make
judgments of what the culture says about you. And it takes time, it takes time. And so I met one of these guys in high school who spread a whole bunch of gossip wildfire.
Oh my gosh, he was like the instigator. He was like the one, and
instigators.
They were in the same friend group
Yes.
with like a whole bunch of other Korean guys.
Yeah.
And he was the one that was like saying the most.
Met him at a wedding.
Yeah,
right?
We just met him like last month.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I went up to him and I shook hands and I said, hey, long time no see.
How you doing?
And then we shook it. He was very nervous.
But you knew he's the one who was spreading all of that because
yes.
You guys have a mutual friend.
Yes.
Who like you're really close with.
Right.
And so he tells you all of that.
Yeah. And so basically the way it goes is, it's his church and we want to. I'm like, hey, are you going for lunch? Are you gonna go to lunch reception? I'm like, yeah. So we're gonna go to lunch. Like, I'm
the
gonna
buffet,
go to
lunch buffet.
Let's meet there and catch up there. And he says yes. And then later at lunch reception, he doesn't come out, even though all his other church friends at his church are there.
And his brother was there.
He didn't come out.
And his brother said, yeah, he just went home.
So I really wish he came out because.
But, he bolted.
And I discussed this with my other friend. He said he wasn't ready to talk about his life, and he's the one who shared with all of his friends back then. Saying,
wait, who wasn't ready to talk about his life? What are you talking about?
The guy who was gossiping against me.
Wasn't ready to talk about his own life?
His own life, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the one gossiping, saying, "Oh, Michael, he got his girlfriend pregnant. He's working at a supermarket.
Did you know we got married before we gave birth?"
Yeah. And that's kind of how it is, but.
Because then, like,
don't worry about how.
What are you portraying as our intentions?
Yeah,
like,
don't even care about people's judgments. Don't even judge yourself. Don't even judge yourself. Don't worry about people's
It's
judgment.
kind of sad because for me, like, I feel like I laugh, which is really evil of me, but I laugh and I think things like those type of people will never experience a blessing of a relationship like this. But then at the same time, it's like a double-sided like thing where I suddenly feel sad for them
Yes.
because I'm like, wow, they will never really experience this kind of thing like now.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, so I don't know.
TED Talk. Wow, thank you. That is like,
I know.
it's such a big
You need to
compliment.
do more than TED Talk.
I will be. Any of you folks who live in
Folks.
Markham or GTA, I will be sharing a workshop. I'll be
Oh my
leading a workshop
gosh, can they
at a
come?
conference
That's super
in
cool.
one of the biggest churches in Ontario. The church name is the Richmond Hill Christian Community Center, and
That's in Richmond Hill, not in Marco.
Oh, it's in Richmond Hill. Okay. And this is a conference.
Mike
It's
Talk with Nami. Oh, series
oh
name,
yeah,
new series
Mike
name.
Talk with Nami. We gotta do that.
Mike Talk plus Nami. I'm just an addition. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Can we?
In time,
Can we actually ask
Yes.
people to come?
I'll tell you.
Are we allowed?
Yes, yes.
Oh my
that's-
gosh! Please come
tell
and
you-
hear Michael's like.
I'll tell you who
all
my
of his-
inspiration is. One of my inspirations is C.S. Lewis because
I love C.S.
I
Lewis.
believe that C.S. Lewis, if he lived now, he would be a YouTuber because he was in
Will
tune with the media of the day. He was on radio, writing
worry, I didn't
children's
burn,
books.
so.
He was, public engagement, in-person lectures. He was TV existed back then? TV.
Yeah,
He was
TV.
writing
TV
articles.
existed from 1920s.
He was,
Michael.
not Chris Tomlin. C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis was utilizing the mediums of communication, media back in the day, capitalizing on every single opportunity. And that's what I see
J.R. Tolkien.
that I want to do because C.S. Lewis says we need more Christians writing books not on Christianity but on other topics with their Christianity latent. And so that's what it is. We live in the world. We're not of the world. We live in the world. The only way to create and change, the only way to change culture is to create new culture.
Yeah.
So if you're not happy with like the political discourse that's going on, then a very important way is to create new culture so that younger generations can be influenced and changed to that. You see, one of the greatest difficulties in, I guess, passing down faith or passing down mentorship or passing down good principles down to the next gen, in changing a nation is communicating to the next generation, because we think we're trying to outsource our influence to other countries and other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one of the most hardest things is just to share it, pass it down to the kids.
Yeah.
That is so different.
Yeah.
Because Galahad and Ziek are Generation Alphas. They're after 2010. There's a gap already because we're millennials. We're not even Gen Zs.
Yeah.
And that is a huge change already. 11 years ago, the first iPhone came out. Isn't
That's
that
crazy.
crazy?
11 years ago, and now iPhone is in every house.
Yeah. And every person has an eye something, right?
Yeah.
Now eye doctors are like telling to their kids, you know what, the parents don't have eye issues, but the kids have nearsightedness because they're on their iPhone or iPad.
Yeah.
Kids, everybody knows that.
Man, it's messed up. The eye doctors know right away if the kid is
Yeah.
watching too much screen time.
I still use Android too. Yeah. That's true, eh?
Yeah. Really sad. Oh my gosh.
But you
we're
know what?
ruining the
About the
children's
wisdom
song.
thing, let me conclude that one. Let me just wrap that up and we can end because it's 12:05. Wow.
Ooh.
But I'm wrapping up wisdom. Wisdom is first of all pure, it's full of good fruits. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness. Love, joy, peace, patience,
Kindness, goodness,
faithfulness,
faithfulness,
and self-control, and
gentleness.
Right?
I think so.
It seeks righteousness. We have to focus on the person Focusing on the person will inform us of the principles that help us with the practical actions. Don't focus on principles, focus on the person. And for me, that person is Christ. What's your opinion on the government of Ontario cutting out the 6 month grace period for OSAP? Whoa, yeah.
They are?
Yes, the current Ford government has changed, cut a lot of funds for so many things.
Yeah, for a lot of
Yeah.
things.
When I think about it, we live in Toronto, Ontario. Ontario, of
Oh,
all
that's
the
so sad,
of
Faith.
all the prefectures in the world,
It's an
prefectures
addiction.
as in like Ontario or
iPads.
state, like of all the smaller
We
states.
had to get rid of our iPad because Zeke was on it all the time.
Yeah. Zeke.
Her brother, Faith's brother, has eye problems because
we-
he's always on iPad.
We got rid of the iPad. We're like, okay, this is not good. Give it away. So, of all the smaller, like of all the states in the world, or like prefectures, provinces, whatever you want to call it, Ontario jurisdictions, Ontario has the highest debt in the world.
What?
I think it's somewhere around like close to $400 billion.
Crazy.
And so I realized that if we were to look at the survival of where we live, we kind of it's understandable of why our premier is making the decisions that he is. And I mean, I don't want to like who's gonna be paying the $400 billion
You're going
in
to
debt?
see TOP.
We're gonna be. Yeah. Well, okay, I think that's it.
Oh my gosh, those cartoons are messed up. I don't even have to watch Shane's videos to know that how messed up they are. Oh my
Which
gosh.
cartoons?
For kids.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about too.
So yeah, I wrapped up the wisdom and about the discipline. It takes time, you look back. It's a process.
It's not the most death.
Wisdom and discipline.
Debt.
I'll say this.
Debt.
Wisdom and discipline go hand in hand. You need them both. You can be the
Michael has a
wisest
birthmark
person
here,
in
did
the
you know?
world. You can be the wisest person in the world,
Yes,
but if you don't
but
have the
if you're not
discipline
disciplined,
to practice
it's worthless.
it's worthless. The world will tell you knowledge is power, but wisdom is enacting on your knowledge. It's doing.
Ooh.
It's doing the do, right?
Yo.
Knowledge only
Bye,
puffs up.
Totop. Thanks for joining.
But wisdom is greater. It has an act. It's like
Michael
love.
is popping
love
off.
builds up, right?
Michael is giving a spoken word.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it.
Are you fried?
No, not even. I keep going. Parenting book.
I can keep going. He says.
I've read a few parenting books right now because
Your hair's so long.
parenting. Wow. I'm not good with kids. I'll tell you that.
He
And I had
hated
to-
kids. He
No,
didn't
no,
even.
I didn't hate kids.
Okay, he didn't even.
You can't say I hate kids.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Hate is a very strong word.
Ugh.
I don't think I ever said hate to anything, right?
Oh, you hated animals.
No, I didn't hate animals.
Okay, hate. What I'm saying in this context is you didn't give any care for them.
Okay, yeah.
You didn't give any care for children or any care for animals. You didn't even think animals were cute.
Okay, I didn't. Okay, not care. Care is not the right word.
Okay, what is it?
I didn't think babies were cute.
Yeah.
I didn't think puppies were cute.
Yeah.
I was just
You just couldn't see cuteness. You just couldn't see it.
That was an area where I lacked extremely. But I think I changed so much after
My
having
child.
Galahad. Because
Yeah.
after having a child, I started to go like, oh, that couple is so cute. Whereas I would never do that. And so,
Before.
yes, I was I think I had many mental blocks when I was younger. I had many issues. And I was very extremely insensitive. Can you imagine how
Yeah,
insensitive?
you were insensitive.
Can you imagine
You
how
just didn't
insensitive
have
I would be?
sensitivity.
No. I had like extremely zero insensitivity.
No.
I mean sensitivity. I was extremely insensitive. And you can imagine Nami being extremely sensitive.
Oh my gosh. How much
Okay.
we were triggered.
Did we tell you that we used to fight every day?
Like 3 times a day.
We fought,
Not just every day. 3 times a day.
We fought
three
times a day.
Times,
and the
3
reason
times.
why we fought was because we were so different in so many ways.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
He's sleeping right now.
in our fighting, we started to learn this totally other half of ourselves that we didn't know.
Bye, London. We might stream next week. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes.
Or the week after. Yeah, it's crazy because, like, I was sensitive to the point where, like, I would see a fruit fly and I'd be like, ah! And then you were insensitive to the point where you see a puppy and you'd be like, eh.
No, well, actually, a moth flew into my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
No, a butterfly flew into my mouth, and then it folded its wing against my tongue. I just spat it out and walked away. Like, nothing happened.
You're just like... And then your friend who was walking with you was like, did a butterfly just fly in your mouth? And then you're like, yeah. And then it was just like... Or like fly out of your... Did you just spit a butterfly out of your mouth? That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then you were just like, yeah.
So... Yeah, so I wouldn't say I never hated or not cared.
Okay, yeah.
But I just had an extreme
Insensitivity to
Yes.
not feeling
Yes.
them.
So, hold on, why did this even come up? Parenting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so parenting, I need to learn
Round
from
and
101,
round
parenting
our
101,
heads.
because for example, I grew up, like my parents were great, and they provided for me, but I also, the way I grew up,
I'm getting tired too.
okay, I'll shut up.
It's
Thank you so much.
No.
Thank you so much.
Okay, finish this.
No. This is
Finish this.
no. We have to make some separate videos. So thank you very much.
Ow! You just
Thank
crushed
you
my
very
arm.
much. You'll find normal. Just when did you just spit on a butterfly? Oh. Yeah. So I'll say this. I have so much more to learn. The more you learn, the more you
learn
realize
that
how much
you don't know.
The more
We
the-
both said
Okay,
the
okay.
same thing but butchered it.
The more you know, the more you realize how much
you
you
don't
don't
know.
know.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes. Yes. So life is a learning process. Learning never stops. And you need to be humble. The more higher you get in life, the more lower your heart has to be before the cross. You have to be humble. Humility is one of the most important things. If you're not humble, you're not learnable. You're not
Do you know what this
malleable.
means?
Be quiet.
No.
Oh, finish. Hurry up.
No.
Good job. Snapping. Good job. No. I don't know.
It's like a quiet applause.
Oh, okay. I didn't
It's
know
a
that.
very respectful, quiet applause. It's like when people are singing a ballad or like a jazz song, instead of clapping, that's like really loud, then people snap.
Ah, okay. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Faith is saying bye-bye.
If you're not humble, you're
Bye,
not
Faith.
learnable.
Clapping. Nami, no offense. Is like when kids... It's like... Good night. Good night, everyone.
Kids get tired and they start acting up.
Bye. Okay, let's... We don't want to keep everyone. It's like 12:15
Thanks for joining us. Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you
this
for
live stream
joining.
was 82 minutes long.
Wow. Didn't expect that.
It was fun.
Yes. Well, we got to wake up for 7 tomorrow. Get the kids ready. I'm sure you are busy too with school and work or whatever, whatnot. So, thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good day tomorrow. Go to sleep right away,
Have a good
okay?
night.
Everybody turn
Have a good
on
day.
airplane mode because you don't want to be radiated by your Wi-Fi. Your brain will be radiated by your Wi-Fi and disable your brain growth. So
Yes.
7 minutes, what a lie.
Okay, go.
7 minutes turn into 50 minutes.
Okay, go. Chikum. Bye.
Cinco.
Yeah, how do you turn it off?
He doesn't know.
You wait, press this button. Hold on. How do you turn this thing off?
Hold on, I have to tell them about the brainwaves.
What brainwaves?
Okay, when you're sleeping, turn on airplane mode on your phone because when your phone is connected to the Wi-Fi, then it sends signals back and forth all the time. But then if you turn on airplane mode, then it'll stop sending signals. So then your brain will not be radiated. Because if your brain, especially if your brain is developing, then it disturbs the development of your brain.
Yes.
So, Michael versus technology.